All right, welcome everyone to the Art Battle Florida Online Championships. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am here with Art Battle co-founder Chris Pemberton. What do we got going tonight, Chris?
Oh my goodness, we have an online art battle. 6 artists up tonight. Each will have 20 minutes to do the best work they can. It works exactly the same as art battle. You vote to determine who goes through to the finals. It's super exciting because the winner of this will go to represent Florida at national championships.
Oh my gosh, and the Nationals are happening in Daytona Beach, Florida. So not only will they be winning to represent the region, but it'll be a hometown advantage too.
Absolutely, definitely going to be a fan favorite, whoever comes out of here tonight. But it's really exciting, and these are all coming to us from the artist studios here tonight, and we have synced them up for the same 20-minute period. It's going to be really fantastic. We're going to get to see these artists working up close and see every step of their process. It's just going to be a very exciting night.
That's such a unique opportunity to be able to see these guys working in their studio. There's some special magic to that I'm just really excited to see. And we are actually going to have 2 rounds of 20 minutes and the same 6 artists in each round. So we'll get to see them paint twice.
That's really exciting. We're going to see some variation within artists, some sticking to the same theme as their first painting. They are going to be matching each other brushstroke for brushstroke, but going in totally different directions as they finish a painting in just 20 minutes, and then the audience decides who deserves to go through.
Oh man, I cannot wait. We are just about to start our live painting round here. In about 9 seconds, we will see these guys start. We have Donis Bloodworth, Marianne Verna, Rainer Gamboa, Terry Altos, and Vigmail and Rainer Gamboa. So we have 20 minutes now on the clock. And these artists are off to a great start. Donis looks like he has toned his canvas very beautifully already and has got a really great base to work off of.
Well, this is just a treat to be able to see all 6 how they're starting at the same time. What a beautiful thing to see together.
It's so much fun because we just get that view of everyone's technique all at once. So here we are with Jordan Jones. And Jordan is starting off with some really rapid knife work here, getting lots of texture into his background.
Yeah, for sure. It's he's got a really interesting gradient happening already there too. So that's pretty cool. Here we are with Donis.
And Donis starting this kind of spherical shape here. I'm wondering if this is going to be leading into a portrait.
We've seen some really great portrait work from Donis. I would not be surprised if that's what he was doing. It's going to be, his pieces get better and better as they go on. And so it's going to be really fun to watch here tonight as to what he's doing and what all the others are doing. Of course, these artists are as if they're working side by side here tonight. This is a really interesting way to view it.
Oh, absolutely. And the artists have that added comfortability factor of working in their own studios. So I think that we're going to see them really creatively stretching themselves.
Sure. You know, in your own studio, you've got that extra brush, you've got your easel the way that you like it. So I think it's going to lend to us seeing some really great work tonight out of all 6 of these painters.
Oh, absolutely. Check out what Rainer has going on. We've got this beautiful establishment of the profile of, I think that might be a cat.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it's like a puma or something like that.
And here we are. I believe this is Terry. And looks like we've got all of these gorgeous, like really multicolored, beautiful, transparent washes going down on the canvas right now.
Uh, yeah, interesting. This approach here, sort of a painterly. It'll be nice to see as the details are tightened up over the time span here.
And we've got Vig with not a single portrait, but a double portrait. So extra
Yeah.
challenging.
I love a double portrait.
Me too. I feel like that's such a big move. And Vig was actually a competitor in last year's regional championship as well. And so it's just wonderful to see her painting again. One of my favorite artists to watch create.
For sure. And tell us what she's using on the canvas right now.
I think that we may be in pencil right now. Oh, here we are back with Jordan Jones. And we can see that Jordan has expanded the kind of textured approach that he first was putting down on the easel and now is starting to paint over top of that. We're seeing, I think, maybe a chin starting to emerge, potentially another profile.
Yeah, the newly popular profile painting. We've seen a few really good ones recently. And, we saw a double portrait win the national championships last year.
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely a big move, and it's something that it's literally doubly hard to execute because creating an amazing portrait is difficult enough in itself, and then doubling it is just way more, like, totally impressive.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And I love the drama that it brings to it.
I'm really finding it very interesting the way that Vig is holding this pencil super, super close to the edge there. It's giving it this kind of angularity with her strokes that I don't think I've seen that mode of drawing before.
No, that's a totally new one. That's why I was wondering if that was a pencil or if it was something else. The lines are really dark and clear. If it's a pencil, it's got quite a lot of room on the end there.
And we can see Marianne up in our top corner there. It looks like is working on a beach scene, and we have a focal point of this red in the center, potentially a sea creature.
Yeah. Now, do you think that Marianne is painting with her painting flat on a table? Is that what we're looking at?
I think that you're correct. I think that she is painting with this piece flat, and that's going to allow her a lot of great control over the flow of the paint.
Yeah. No, it's really nice. She got a real nice looking sky there. Here we are up close. Oh, a lot of detail in there.
Yeah, lots of great stippling action. What do you think our sea creature is here, Chris?
Well, I don't know a lot about sea creatures, but it could be some sort of starfish, maybe. It doesn't really look like one, but I can't think what else it could be.
I think you're right on with that. I think we're getting the beginnings of a cheeky little starfish.
Yeah, could be.
And this gradient that Marianne has going on with the water and the way that that beige is just very softly blending into the blue is just really beautiful and subtle.
It's really subtle. That's a nice job. We are only 7 minutes in, and that's sort of a very finished section of the canvas already. So and very well done. Good use of the time. I'm having a look at Jordan Jones's piece shaping up there. Very cool.
I'm just waiting for him to shift his shoulder. Oh, and there we go. There's our awesome preview of this beautiful profile that he's got going down. I love the way that the light is hitting the face.
Yeah. Really nice. Nice tight work with a very loose background. Love to see it.
Jordan has this way of executing portraits with these gorgeous kind of compartmentalized shadows. It gives me like a graphic novel kind of vibe, but in a painterly execution.
Yeah, for sure. And very interesting what Vig is doing down there. This piece is going to be absolutely stunning. I think I know what direction that she's going in here, and she's really going for it.
And we have these super saturated, bright colors on our figures here, but this really kind of softer embrace and emotional quality to the piece. I'm really enjoying that kind of energy.
These pieces are all looking really tight. We have a really awesome crew of painters vying for the championship here tonight.
And the beard on Terry's piece, that gorgeous, deep purple blue beard. And as I'm saying, I'm like, blue beard, haha. But really digging that. And I am also enjoying the transparency that she's layering with that.
Yeah. No, that piece is shaping up. Early on, it looked like she was either making a total mess or she was going the long way through the painterly route. And I see now that definitely going the painterly route on that one.
I love getting to catch these moments with Rainer here as he's outlining his painting with that background color. It's just such crispy strokes.
Is that your favorite brush?
It is my favorite brush. You know I love a flat. Brush nerds over here.
Yeah, for sure.
I just love the angularity here and the way that he's outlined this with so much sharpness. It just brings the animal forward, and we really get that kind of National Geographic blurred out background and then the focus point and sharpness in the cat.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece. Just amazing the talent these artists have to be able to conceive of and execute these great paintings in such a short amount of time. It's just new every time we see it.
And Donis's portrait is coming together in a really super interesting way. I think that he doesn't have a face that he's displaying, and that this is actually a portrait of the back of our figure's head, which I think is a really bold move and is super, super interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Very bold move. These painters, how do they come up with their ideas, do you think, for their championship pieces?
Oh, man. I would love to pick their brains, and I'm sure that we'll get a chance to do that once we get to nationals. But if it was me, I'd just be looking around my studio trying to think of where my strengths were and how I could distill that.
Yeah. It's so interesting just to be able to, we read something and we know them by their paintings. We know these people by their paintings. And that's one of the beautiful things that it allows is for them to express themselves that way. But it really does work because it is through the paintings that we get to know these artists.
Wow, this is coming together so beautifully. I love that this round has so many different styles evidenced and is allowing us, as you said, to get to know all of these artists through their styles. And voting is at artbattle.com/AB7259, and you can get registered to vote right now. Even before the round finishes, you will get texted a link, and you can get ready to vote for your favorite artist.
And every vote counts. We see a lot of really tight races, and so if you if you want someone to win, make sure and get your vote in there because every vote does count.
I'm just watching the way these are coming together, and my eye is just having so much fun bouncing around to all of these different techniques.
Absolutely. I love that we get to see, we can, go back if we want and see parts that we miss on here because we have the full 20 minutes recorded of each painter. I think that's so interesting. I think maybe we should release um, some of these videos in their 20-minute length of just of one painting. Uh, I think people would really love to see that.
I agree because I'm watching Vig right now and just totally falling in love with this piece, especially the way that she is punching in those darker points of contrast here and just really setting off her pair of portraits.
So much, and you know that that space between them, she's going to recover that space, uh, making them stand out so much more. It's going to be really nice.
Oh, I love the long neck on Jordan's piece. This stance of pride and the upturned chin is just, there's a regality here.
Yeah, extremely well executed. This is a beautiful piece, and has similar hair to Donis's piece.
Yes, the knots in our portrait's hair here.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying seeing all these curves that Jordan is able to get as he's working with the knife. Because to me, the knife is always more about getting angularity, but he's just carving out this kind of softness.
Yeah, he's a real he's a real technician with that knife. He uses every edge at many different angles to get so many different little effects. It really is just so much practice.
So good. And we are getting just more progression from Marianne and the way that this wave is just crawling up the beach and the way that she's capturing that see-through quality of the water and the foam just dancing on top.
Oh yeah, I love well executed see-through elements are so choice.
So satisfying
Yeah,
because you're representing this quite intangible quality, and that's so difficult to do in 2D.
so difficult. It's like those the sculptures of the veiled virgin, and you can see the face through the veil in the sculpture in the marble. It's just like so choice, and to be able to portray that in 2 dimensions with paint is something else for sure.
Such a skill. Ooh, I'm really enjoying here from Terry these little pops of teal through the beard. It's just such a subtle texture, but it really just is glistening.
Yeah, absolutely. This piece is really coming together so nicely. That was a big moment right there. That was a big moment. The forehead got trimmed a little bit.
Yeah, just bringing in that proportion, just tightening up.
Just a little, yeah.
And I love even seeing Terry. She just flicked her brush aside for a second and got her thumb in there to soften the shading around the nostril. And there's something so romantic about watching these artists work and catching those little moments like that.
Yeah, it is. It's so enjoyable for sure. Here with Adonis, you can really picture the face of. It's almost as if you can see the face, the way that he's done it. It's very telling.
Oh, there's so much gorgeousness going on here, and I love that we're getting this unconventional style of portrait, and he's just giving us so much with all of these little pops of highlight within the hair and the earrings.
Yeah.
3 minutes remaining on this round.
3 minutes, and these pieces are already looking like they could stop now, and it's 6 beautiful paintings right on.
Oh yeah, these guys have done a really great job at managing their time in creating these pieces, and I think that potentially some of that could be the comfort of working in their own studio and just having kind of more of a relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. And they can do it at the time of day that is the best for them.
Yes, it's funny contrasting seeing some artists with daylight flooding into their studio and others it looks like might be working at nighttime. We're using synthetic light.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you do yours at night or in the day?
Oh, I'd totally be doing mine at night.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Night owl painter.
yeah, me too.
The nose on this piece by Terry, that shadow there is so great because we're getting all of the emphasis of the planes of the face and the way that kind of light source is hitting the forehead and the cheeks and the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, that piece is looking really sweet. I hope that people are making good bids in the auction to take these pieces home, or as it will be, have it shipped to you, because they are stunning and would look fantastic hung in pretty much any home.
Absolutely. Oh, check out this moment that we just got from Vig of the addition of this blue paint into the shirt of one of our figures. Oh, such a pop.
Look at this piece.
It's so good.
It's so good.
The trailing white whiskers
Yeah,
and the way that they're just jumping out against our blurry green background.
it's this piece is really just the shading of the fur up the side of the face past the eye is superior.
So good. And it's not like every hair is painted in either. It's suggestions of directionality and individual hairs and then larger chunks. It's just really, really well done.
Really well done. 26 seconds left. They are right at the end here.
So many excellent pieces. And I'm just loving watching Vig adding in some of these cooling down colors.
Yeah, that the piece is gorgeous. I would like to have that piece for sure.
Okay, so Donis, this portrait is, again, I think it's stellar. We have such an unconventional expression here, and it's still displaying so much emotion.
So much, just it's perfect. The shading on the neck, the earrings, the suggested curvature of the head is all spot on. Oh, that's
And
nice.
from Marianne here, ugh, even seeing the vibrancy of the blue of that water.
Yeah, so nice. But those transparencies between the waves are just. Mm, this is really well executed piece right here.
Oh yeah, it's all about those kind of subtle blends that she did. And here we are with Jordan. And now we're kind of getting the opportunity to see that all of this background color, I think, is metallic gold.
Yeah, for sure. Look at that. This, I'm a fan of really clean aesthetic with no big signatures, but he's done it so perfectly on this one. His signature makes the painting better.
I agree. And here we are with Terry and our very contemplative moment with this male portrait here.
Definitely a historical picture.
It's definitely giving like philosophical vibes.
Yeah. Who? I mean, that could be, maybe that's Da Vinci.
Oh. Uh, the saturation here is just calling to my heart. I'm such a saturation junkie and I am here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for this piece too. We're so just so fantastic, and carries so much motion and intensity, but a cool pause at the same time. It's just really nicely done.
Yeah, such a fantastic capturing of energy. And then this piece by Rainer Gamboa. The execution here is just undeniable.
Yeah, this one might be the winner because uh, it's have not seen a piece done this well in 20 minutes in this style in a very long time. This piece is stunning. Just that half shading across the center of the eye.
Right? It's
So
giving that contrast where it needs it.
it's right on the money for sure. So we have 6 painters to choose from, 6 really fantastic pieces. We need your votes. These paintings need your bids, and you got to get in there right now at artbattle.com, AB7259.
And we can head right into our second round here as well and watch these guys paint a second time. I love that there's no break in between. We just get to directly contrast their work from the first round. So exciting.
That's really exciting. We get to see the second round right away, right now.
Right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I, for one, can't wait to see who chooses to mix it up versus who stays within the same style or same subject matter. I want to see a little bit of what these artists' strategy is.
Definitely going to be evident. We're going to see at least one of the 6 is going to paint a second version of their first painting, like almost in a story. We're going to see that. I'll bet we see that. Maybe could even be the other side of the head with no face. Now maybe it's the face. I mean, somebody could do that, but so amazing. We're going to get to see what their choices are coming up right now.
And my brain is just on fire getting to see everybody making their first marks all at once.
Yeah.
Over with Jordan, and Jordan is taking a similar approach to his first round piece, working with this knife work, and looks like we have a silvery component here.
I had no idea at the beginning of his last piece what he was going to get up to. I really didn't, and he just floored me with what seemed like it's just the process I hadn't seen before. It seemed like a total change in direction, but I just hadn't seen that done that way before. So I think it's the knife thing. Maybe he's got his own individual style.
And here we are with Donis and this super vibrant purple going down. I'm loving that over top of our more kind of neutral bluish gray in the background.
Yeah.
And so fun that we're getting to see Donis working with his reference in view of the camera as well. So we get to kind of see that direct translation.
Yes, this piece is similar in the same style that he did last year at Nationals. And he's really good at this. But his first round piece was really surprised how tight and almost photorealistic his details were. He doesn't normally paint in that manner, so very interesting to see what he does here.
Yeah, whether or not we're going to get more looseness coming from this figurative portrait as contrasted to his first round, I agree. I can't wait to see the progression there. Check out what Terry's got going on. We have lots of different colors going on, and her first round was figurative, and I think that we're definitely more in the landscape area here.
Yeah, I mean it looks that way early on, but she could be surprising us. I just think she'd blend those in a little bit more if that's going to be a landscape.
I think we're getting into the blends. And we can see Marianne up top, laying down some darker colors. Interesting technique here because I can't tell what it is right off the bat. We're moving from the edges inward, which is not a typical way of painting.
No, not at all. But we see so many different approaches here, so many different, especially they're in their own studio, so they're really being themselves. And it's allowing us to see as always, a wide variety of approaches.
And back with Jordan, and we now have the super bright greenish color, and I think that we're seeing him starting to scratch in another portrait.
Yeah, I think so.
And Rainer also working on a portrait down in our bottom corner there. We have another profile.
Another profile, but I'm very excited to see. I mean, his cat was just so perfect. I'm excited to see this profile portrait from him. I think it's going to be really impressive. Seems like he's got his game on right now.
Absolutely. And I agree. Seeing the way that Rainer approaches this portrait and the way that he approached the big cat, the panther, in the first round, it was such a high level of execution. I absolutely can't wait to see how it translates to the human figure.
Yeah, very exciting. Or maybe it'll be something in between human and cat, maybe.
And we can see Vig is toning out her canvas here. And she has spent her first 5 minutes essentially establishing this drawing, and now we're getting painting over top of the drawing.
Sort of the same thing she did last round, and sort of the same thing that we see from Art Battle National champion Cameron McCool. Sort of works in that style too, where he puts down a very detailed drawing and then totally paints over it, leaving only a little bit of it coming out. And then goes from there.
Which is such a fascinating mode of painting to witness, because as an audience member, you become invested in the drawing that you've seen them working on, and then they paint over top of it, and you're just like, it's a game of high risk when you're seeing these artists working over top of details that they've already established.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can see just the way that she's changed. We had a quick view there of her adding other colors in there. It's going to be really great. That piece. Here we are working on a table, as this artist did in the first round. Again here, and I guess that's the way that they work in their studio.
Yes, we have Marianne, and I think that we're going into the floral realm with this piece. That's where I think this piece is going.
Yeah, definitely could be.
And I think that the darker pieces encroaching from the edges are actually some greenery around our floral.
Yeah, putting this painting together like a puzzle.
Exactly. And I think that we're going to get some really satisfying moments of Marianne just kissing that red right up against the dark foliage.
That's some high expectations. I hope we get that.
And once again, the winner of this online championship will be moving forward to the US Nationals on April 1st in Daytona Beach. So we are super high stakes here tonight, and make sure that you get registered to vote at artbattle.com/AB7259, the link that is on your screen.
Yeah, get your votes in there and tell other people to get online right now and cast their vote. It doesn't matter whether they missed the first round. They can pick it up right here. You can still vote on the photographs in the of the paintings from the first round. You can still vote for that round. You can vote for this round. So yeah, share the news that it's going down right now.
Check out what Donis has going on in his piece. I'm loving that he's adding those darker darks against the purples, just giving this dynamic quality to the hair of his figure.
Yes, the purple hair.
I love it. And it really has this huge effective personality as well. Like this character is really taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, definitely taking up a lot of space. I wonder what size that is of canvas, do you think?
Donna's work's pretty big. I would not be surprised if this was maybe a 24 by 30 at least.
Yeah, I think you're right. But he knows how to use it.
A couple paintings before.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Look at our features being put in here with Rainer. Oh,
So exciting. So exciting. He's barely in the groove right now.
totally. And the suggestion of the upper lip with this single dark line is so nice. I feel like Rainer has this really great ability to know where to push and pull.
Yeah, he definitely does. Still more than 10 minutes left, and I can't wait to see where we end up here.
Wild to me that this is a 10-minute painting.
I know.
It's so good.
A new category just for Rainer.
Oh man, so good. I would love this even just at this point in its unfinished state. I'm also a sucker for half-finished paintings. I love the energy that exists in a work-in-progress painting.
Definitely. And Vig's painting is looking really sharp too. Not bad for 10 minutes at all.
Absolutely. This round is just flying by. And the wings on this bird by Vig's piece, I'm realizing that Vig did 2 figures in her first round piece, and we're also getting 2 very distinct, complicated elements out of Vig's second round piece here. So, wow, talk about overachiever.
Oh, definitely. Definitely is nailing it there tonight. We're going to find out how long the auction is going to stay open for these pieces. Definitely for the whole evening, but we're going to let you know. So yeah, once again, get in there at artbattle.com, AB7259.
And we can see Donis just dancing the brush around the edge of the hair of his figure here, and just adding in this curliness and texture and movement into the hair.
Yeah, he's spending a lot of time in there.
And Marianne has added a lot of satisfying elements with her floral here. We have this very opaque application of the red, and that saturation is just giving us so much of the life of the flower.
Yeah, her pieces really evolve as the time goes on, and this is no different.
Something that I'm loving about Jordan's piece is how he lets his background colors shine in the points that are meant to be highlights. That's just, I love that.
Yeah, definitely. Look at this piece.
Vig, just killing it. I love that we can still see evidence of the drawing.
Yeah, there's so many different elements. Love to see so many different elements and different types of brushstroke and mark making in one painting.
Ooh, and my favorite part, the introduction of that darkest dark contrast. I love witnessing highlights and witnessing lowlights. That's my favorite part of any painting.
Highlights and lowlights.
Highlights and lowlights, baby. Give them to me.
I'm a mid-lights kind of guy.
Wants your midtones.
Yeah.
Rainer's got some excellent midtones in that portrait.
Yeah, absolutely. That piece is just so good. As is this piece also.
Ooh, and Jordan is actually using the back of his paintbrush to carve those lines out of the wet paint. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool.
he's switching between using the brush and then flipping it over and drawing and taking away some of the paint. Very, very cool. And I'm loving this again with the upturned head and this kind of contemplative quality here. You can get that sense of an exhale from Jordan's piece.
Yeah, I love that this is the Florida State Championships because the quality of painter here is so high. It is such a great representation of the talent in the state. And of course, we have one painter here from Georgia, Donis, our defending Southeastern regional champion. So really exciting, but the caliber of work we're seeing here tonight is second to none for sure. So many great paintings. Every one of them is so good. I don't know how you're going to decide, Morgan.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to choose who to vote for sure. And I think it'll be a tough job for all of us, but we got to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the way we vote in this round or in this championship is at artbattle.com/AB7259, the link that is on your screen. Ooh, and we definitely got some more subtle blends in the sky, Chris, that you were wanting out of our landscape here. And I love that we've got the contrast of the texture in the foreground and some softness up in the sky.
The foreground is absolutely stunning, and it kind of hides in there. It's a little darker down on the bottom. It kind of hides, but it's so well executed.
And even when we see Terry shift away from the canvas and we see the bottom corner of this boardwalk leading out into the water, it's just such a beautiful moment, a really immersive piece.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really a really nice piece for sure. That's two nice pieces from all six of these painters.
Ooh, and we're into the final quarter of our second round of the Florida Championships. And these last few minutes are always my favorite because this is when we're getting those highlight pops.
Yeah, I mean, this is the make or break time for the painting. Sometimes there's only a little bit left. Sometimes what's the most has been saved for the end as far as what direction the painting goes in. So, yeah, a very tense time the last 3 minutes or so. It's so exciting though to watch it and to see all of these paintings look pretty well formed. I think that Donis's painting maybe has the furthest to go in the last 3 minutes here. We'll have to get a closer look as we go around.
Hello, friends. I've learned that our stream stopped about 10 minutes ago for an unknown reason. So I'm going to wind the clock back 10 minutes. And we're going to start rebroadcasting. Later, we can edit the best of whichever commentary, but nobody is seeing us right now. I'm sorry about that. Never happened before. Well, not lately anyway. So I'm going to rewind it right now. Any thoughts on that before?
No, I didn't see anything strange happen on OBS.
I know. I was sitting here the entire time. Something with YouTube happened. So shall I go back to, what do you think?
Yeah, but I want a stenographer from now on to write down all the good things we say so that we can just read them back.
Well, it's still recording. We still got the recording. So I'll go back to I guess the problem is the timer, though. So
well, we could set the script and the timer to start from whatever time.
I'm going to set it. I'm going to go back to here. It's going to be 7 minutes in. Is that okay? I'll take care of the timer.
Okay.
Okay, so
7 minutes and 13 minutes left.
yeah, I'll take care of the timer. I'm going to hit start streaming. You're on.
The way these pieces are evolving as we approach our halfway mark is just so impressive to me. I love seeing the way that everyone is taking a different approach to building.
It's almost like I've seen the future and I already know all these paintings are great.
They're really, really impressive. I would say something that I'm loving across the board with, in particular with our portrait paintings here, is the emphasis on cheekbones. We've got Jordan has a strong cheekbone, Vig has a strong cheekbone, and so does Rainer. And I just think that these guys are masters of light and shadow.
Yeah, they're putting on a clinic here tonight for sure.
And even though Donis is choosing to keep, at least at this point, some of the face obscured, we're still getting that expression of light and shadow with the depth that is in the hair.
What if he doesn't do a face?
I would not be surprised. You know, Donis has a style, and oftentimes he'll choose not to do a face, and I kind of like it. Like, it's its own thing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh, I'm loving the way these details are starting to come in for Rainer.
Yeah, this piece is so good. Rainer is in the zone tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And just the suggestion of the upper lip with that one single stroke. I really think that Rainer has this fantastic ability to push and pull.
Where have I heard that before?
And even just the little suggestion of shadow for the nostril, there's just, I think that Rainer is sparing in his strokes where he needs to be. And I think that that is such a great strategy, in particular as an art battle artist.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, he is proving to be one to beat here tonight. I think that's why he's here in the finals, because he is hard to beat. And we're seeing why tonight.
Yeah, these guys are absolutely bringing their A game. And Vig is enthralling us with not only a figure, but also our bird here. And we're getting this gorgeous splaying of feathers with just these super fast strokes of blue.
Yeah. Yeah, that piece is turning out great. Vig is really on her game here tonight, too. You can tell that these painters paint often. They are so good because they practice a lot. It's evident through watching them.
I'm so into that we can see Donis's reference, and we can see Donis's reference has a face, so it's really up in the air of whether or not he decides to include that or not.
Ah, yeah. Very interesting.
And
I think that yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to do a face.
it's anyone's guess.
Which is 2 pieces from him without a face.
Oh, that's true. See, I wasn't even considering that, but that's totally true because his first round piece was the back of a head. And
yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool how Donis is able to get so much energy and emotion into his pieces without actually having features that are traditional of expressing emotion.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, we can tell why he's the defending champ.
You definitely can. And at Nationals, he won his round and was in the final round of Nationals. So he is top 4 across the country right now. So these other painters are up against in for a tough go tonight, but they are all stepping up and it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out as the Florida State champion.
I just love that you can see some of the drawing still here, and that it's not totally obliterated. And I know that we still have quite a bit of time left on our clock for Vig to be working on this, but I think that we're still gonna keep getting these small moments of the original drawing kind of peeking through, and I like that.
Yeah, I think so. Just the detail and the softness of the face on Vig's painting is so well captured in such a short amount of time. It really shows off a lot of skill.
And I'm just noticing this now, but she's got this kind of diagonal division that is this yin and yang balancing of colors. When we pan back out to it again, I'll continue talking about it. But so Jordan here, we just saw it, but he was using the back of his brush to carve out that ear.
Yeah, absolutely. What a stunning piece. I love that he's doing his two paintings are profile portraits, but facing in opposite direction, showing off that he can do it from all angles, so to speak.
And the way that that pair of paintings would hang together, I'm sure would be really wonderful as well, especially as you're mentioning that they're facing away from each other, and that one is warm with the gold, and then we have the teal of this one. And the auction is going to be open until approximately 9 p.m. tonight. So if you want to bid on any of these paintings, you can do so at the link that's on your screen.
That is great. I'm definitely going to have a look. I would have to get this painting shipped, but they're going to get shipped no matter where you buy them from. So I guess that should be just fine. They will come direct from the artist studios, and they, again, would look so beautiful in any home. I have a huge room full of paintings, or else I would add or else I would take 2 or 3 of these.
It's true, people. I've seen it.
It's totally true. Getting 2 paintings from one artist in one night is a special thing, though.
And look at all of the softness that we have in the sky here from Terry.
Yeah.
The underside of the cloud being that deeper purpley magenta against the yellow is so satisfying.
It is very satisfying, for sure. And I just got a note here that 100% of the sale of these paintings will go to the artists here that are painting tonight. So for these paintings done in this online forum, direct from the artist studio, the artist will retain 100% of the money paid for their painting. So that's a really cool opportunity to show one of these painters how much you appreciate them. Take home one of these pieces. I'd think that Rayner's 2 pieces hanging next to each other would make any room totally complete. So
I definitely agree. And I'm loving the textural components that Terry has introduced in the bottom of the canvas here.
Yeah, the foreground is so like, it's not striking, but it's so well done. It really exists in a closer realm than the rest of the painting.
Oh, look at that. The way the highlight is hugging the side of our portrait here. Ooh, and my favorite, this little dark punch of eyelash here.
Oh, yeah.
I always say that the last few minutes are my favorite within Art Battle because that's when we get our finishing moves, which are often the highlight moments. And that's my favorite.
Yeah. Look at this work right now.
Ah, so satisfying. Rainer killing it with this careful outlining. That was just a really fantastic and very satisfying stroke underneath the chin there.
Definitely. Love to see that for sure. You're going to see a little more now. Oh, we cut away just when he was going to do it. Again with your favorite brush.
Yes. Oh, man. So Donis has I think we are decided that we're not going to get a face here, but this piece still feels very celebratory.
It really does. I mean, it captures so much emotion in such a different way. It's very cool.
That is such a cool thing to be able to express as an artist. I gotta feel like that's gonna get him some audience points.
Oh yeah, he has fans for sure.
And here we are getting our highlights and depth of the flower. Marianne.
Yeah, this is a
that highlight.
his two pieces are just so excellent. I can't wait I want to see more paintings from him for sure.
I think that Jordan is going to be an artist that we see a lot going forward. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a lot of votes tonight.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. He's going to get a lot of consideration. Vig is going to get a lot of consideration. Rainer definitely put on a clinic here tonight. This painting is even better than his first, and his first one was fantastic. So get your votes in there. Everyone's done such a good job. Terry showing off the portrait and then the landscape. Classic.
Marianne giving us these very beautiful, calm, contemplative moments and just kind of merging her story together with her choice of red. Wow, this is lovely.
Oh. Wow. That is fantastic.
I can feel that sunlight.
Yeah.
I want to run down that boardwalk.
That is such a sweet piece. For sure. This piece, I mean, so this along with the first one, so exceptionally well done. This painting would get over 500 at an auction on site any day.
Yeah, what a beautiful execution. And something's work is that there are areas that are more finished and then there are areas that are allowed to be a little bit more raw, and the way it comes together is just wonderful. This rendering from Rainer, the blends here, so nice.
This piece is downright amazing, I gotta say. So good. I want to see more paintings from Rainer. I want to see them all the way. So let's go. These paintings are so good here tonight. Whichever one you choose, whichever one speaks to you, choose that one. So.
And voting is often very, very tight. So every single vote counts. And make sure that you get those votes in at artbattle.com/AB7259.